What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is TheUzigunner, bringing you all another Pokemon Sword and Shield OU Live. That's right, folks, we are going to be using a nice new toy that was introduced in the Isle of Armor, which is none other than Porygon Z. Now, this Pokemon is something that has a really good potential in terms of breaking, I personally believe. And with the set that I plan on using today, I think it's definitely going to pay good dividends for us. So, let me show you guys what I got here and now. First things first, we got a Choice Specs PZ with Tri-Attack, Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, and Trick. Honestly, it's a pretty self-explanatory set, but basically with adaptability and a Choice Specs set to boot, I definitely have a very good chunk of breaking potential. So I'm very much excited to use this. But yeah, to pair it up well, I have a Life Orb Urshifu, the dark version with Drain Punch, Wicked Blow, Sucker Punch, and Bulk Up. This set is pretty good in my personal opinion because it does a wonderful job at making sure that, first of all, I'm not locked to a certain move, and second of all, I'm basically opening up the door towards being able to use priority, which is definitely going to be a saving grace for the squad, considering I don't necessarily have the best P tiers for this. So yeah. Next up, we got a Heavy Duty Boots, Rotom Heat with, Overheat, Volt Switch, Nasty Claw, Defog, Rocky Helmet, Slowbro switching on Cinderace with Teleports to Scald, Slack Off, and Psyshock, Manemacla, the Leftovers, Clefable with Moonblast, Stealth Rock, Solid Ball, and Thunder Wave. This is a spread that I've been using since, Aura, so I'm not exactly sure if this still applies here, but the only reason as to why I'm not going full Spadef is because I want to actually switch it on the Dark type Urshifu decently, so yeah. But lastly, we got a Assault-Vest Goodra, which you definitely don't see in the OU metagame, but it pretty much exists specifically for the sake of Volcarona, for which I think you can pretty much understand is a huge problem to the squad. So yeah, it's a mix set with Rock Slide, a Sludge Wave, Flamethrower, and Draco Meteor. So yeah. All things considered, I'm very much excited to use the squad, so let's go get some games right now, and hopefully we'll be able to snag some nice and glorious W's. Alright, so for our first opponent, he's using a pretty bulky squad, all things considered. Volcarona is definitely a threat and a half. Dragapult is definitely going to give me a hard time, but yeah. Threat-wise, his Excadrill is definitely going to be an issue because I now just realized that I don't have a single ground immunity. Good God, what's wrong with me? But, you know what? I'll be fine. Now, lead-wise, I definitely think that Urshifu is a good one. It kind of sucks that he has a Galarian, a Weezing, because that thing easily walls my Shifu anytime, any place, anywhere, so I'm definitely going to have to be careful of that, but lead-wise, yeah, I'm definitely going to lead off with my Slowbro, because it pretty much stops his Excadrill, which he should lead off against me, but no. He leads off with his Weezing, which is perfectly fine, because I think I can just pretty much click Scald turn 1. He just opts to click Toxic Spikes, which I find pretty bizarre. And I'm going to be able to snag a burn on him turn 1, which is pretty amazing because now I can opt to just teleport out of here. If he goes out into his, okay, Pain Splits. And he actually gets a decent chunk of HP back. Huh. Alright, that's fine because, yeah, that's pretty much the main reason why I have Rotom Heat to begin with. And if I were a betting man, you don't even have that good of a switch on this thing, save your Dragapult. But yeah, I'm gonna be able to get rid of the T-Spikes turn 1, which is pretty sick, I suppose you could say. But my play here is to pretty much go out in my Clef. I definitely don't wanna just... Oh, he just crits me turn 1. Alright, that's unfortunate. Wait, no. I'm gonna go out in my Porygon Z. I'm definitely gonna go out in my Porygon Z because, yeah, I'm immune to your stab, and I know for a fact that your Choice Specs. There's literally no other timeline in which you would be able to do that much damage to me anyway. So here, what I'm gonna do is pretty much just trick your incoming Ferrothorn, because now I'm gonna be able to ensure that I'm gonna be able to set up really decently on your with my Urshifu, and by chipping down his Galarian Weezing, I'll be in the cut basically. But yeah, I'm gonna pretty much try to take advantage here by going out in my Clef. Because now since he is locked in, I have really nothing stopping me from just clicking Soft Boiled here and getting myself to a good amount of health, as he's going to bring out his Volcarona, which is honestly fine by me because I have a Goodra for this specific reason. In fact, you can try to set up here, but I got Rock Slide on deck, and since I'm Assault Vest, I should be able to take any single hit you could want to go for really, really well, alright? But no, he opts to go out in his Ferrothorn, which is perfectly fine. Here, I'm just gonna opt to go for a Flamethrower and see if I can knock this thing out, because the moment I'm able to do such a thing, yeah, there's gonna be fireworks. That's pretty much all I got to say. But yeah, I'm gonna get some really good damage on that Hippowdon of his. Not bad. So, let's see if Draco Meteor is gonna be able to knock this thing out. Oh, hell yeah! Goodra is gonna be able to come through right here and now, and this is awesome. This is phenomenal even, because right now, you are very much going to have a much worse time against my Urshifu. Alright, sweet. So, this, in my eyes, is a very free switch in into the Rotom Heat, so he can set up a T-Spikes. That's honestly fine by me, because right now I'm just going to pretty much click Defog again. You can definitely go out in your Dragapult, that's also fine by me. But right now, what I think I want to do would have to be pretty much just... I don't want to sack on my Porygon Z just yet, but at the same time, it really isn't doing much, so I'm going to throw this in to see exactly what move you could potentially want to go for, but instead, Obstu just click U-turn, which you know what is perfectly fine. He's going to get a free switch in into his Excadrill, which could be rather worrisome, but since you don't even outspeed me anymore, I'm very free to just go for a Tri-Attack and get a great chunk of damage off on you. In fact, you know what? No, I'm going to go for Ice Beam. I'm going to go for Ice Beam and do like 43% to you, which is pretty nice, I suppose you could say, but yeah. My play here is to pretty much throw my Porygon Z away and pretty much set the doors towards my other pieces just coming in and just giving you a hard time, basically. But yeah. Here, I don't know exactly what you could want to go for. I still do want to go out in my Rotom Heat because that gives me like great offensive pressure against you. But yeah, he's going to go for a Lead Seed, which is honestly fine by me. Because right now I'm going to be able to go for a Volt Switch as he goes hard out into his Dragapult. And this is a pretty good situation because right now what I'm going to be able to do is pretty much go out into my Clefable, I guess, and try to set up my Stealth Rocks. But I don't think that's a turn I would benefit much from, all things considered. But yeah, I'm going to go out in my Shifu. And I'm going to bait in the Galarian Weezing. You should really go out into that if I'm being completely honest. So I'm gonna double out in my Porygon Z as I'm gonna be able to catch your Galarian Weezing here and now. And since you do happen to be burned, you're gonna be taking some nice chip damage, and by that I mean like it's pretty much gonna be negated, the Black Sludge recovery I mean. But yeah, here I'm pretty much just gonna go for another Tri-Attack here. He opts to stay in, which I find really bizarre. Because this is his only switch in. This is his only probable switch in to my Urshifu. And the moment he lets this thing die, I'm gonna come in with my with my Shifu, and I'm just gonna blow something into smithereens. So yeah, here I'm just gonna have to go out in my Goodra because I know for a fact that Sludge Wave will be able to knock you out from here. Because Goodra here is actually like plus special attack nature. So I know for a fact that this will knock you out. And your Weezing doesn't even have that much def investment to begin with. So yeah, down goes his Galarian Weezing, which means that right now I'm going to be able to just pretty much create some fireworks with my Urshifu, which is absolutely phenomenal. So yeah, I definitely have no intentions of sacking this piece off just yet. So here what I'm going to do is I could opt to sack on my Rotom Heat. Like, I know that I shouldn't let this thing take any damage, because if I do, I'm setting myself up for a guaranteed failure. Coincidentally, if I let my Rotom Heat go down, his Ferrothorn could be more annoying, but no, it wouldn't be actually. I have an Urshifu. So yeah, I'm actually just gonna opt to sack on my Rotom Heat here and now, as he reveals to possess the leftovers, which is honestly fine by me. You can kill me with Overheat, bro. Oh wait, he's Sand Rush. Yeah, he's actually Sand Rush, which makes sense. But here I'm going to be able to get some nice chip damage off on his Dragapult. And this is actually pretty amazing because when you consider the fact that I'm Modest Nature, this just gives him very few switch-ins. So yeah, here I am pretty much just going to go on my Clef. If you want to go for a Shadow Ball, that's perfectly fine. That does 44%. Interesting. Alright, so I'm going to let my Clef go down, which may be a questionable play, but it really isn't, because right now what this does is give me the freest Wicked Blows. Yeah, the freest Wicked Blow I could ever potentially go for. So, yeah. Alternatively, I could just bulk up here. In fact, you know what? I'm out here to make power plays, okay? I'm out here to make power plays right now, and I'm here to claim a soul. So, no, you know what? Yeah, just click Wicked Blow. I outspeed this Excadrill anytime, any place, anywhere. So if he wants to make the bad play by going out in his Volcarona, it can be my guess, but that's not going to work out for him. But yeah, here, basically the way the game is going is pretty much so that my Goodra is going to be able to come in and just kill something. Because so as long as my Urshifu breeds, his Dragapult won't be sweeping me anytime soon. For sure. Alright, so we're actually, you know, putting in some good amount of work with Porygon Z, which I definitely appreciate. And I would say that I definitely won this game here. In fact, the fact that he goes hard out in his Ferrothorn is pretty much just sealing his fate here and now, because Urshifu just doesn't care. He's gonna be able to knock this thing out here and now, which is absolutely beautiful, because right now I'm very much close towards just ending this game. A Sucker Punch is gonna come off, and now his only last Pokemon would have to be his Volcarona, which I'm definitely gonna go for a Wicked Blow on. And if he tries to set up, that's not going to work out for him. So, yeah, that should very much be a game here, as he's going to opt to go for a Bug Buzz. That's honestly fine. I understand that I could have gone for a Sucker Punch, but I don't necessarily want to get swept by a Volcarona, alright? That happened way too many times, but yeah. We're going to be able to win the first game pretty convincingly, which is pretty sick, but obviously I'm not going to stop by just playing one game. I'm going to go for another one, and I'm going to be right back. Alright guys, we are back right now, and it looks like our next opponent is using Chansey offense, which is... oh boy. But you know what? We can definitely make something work out of this. Urshifu absolutely demolishes his squad. Like, there's no two ways around it. So, that's definitely something I can take good advantage of. Rotom Heat is also pretty good against them, all things considered, and the moment I'm able to trick his Chansey, he is definitely not gonna have a good time at all. So, yeah. Lead-wise, I definitely think my Clefable could be a good one. Alternatively, I could just lead off with my Goodra and just hit something really hard, because I really think he could lead off with his own Rotom Heat, so let's see what he leads off with. He leads off with his Alakazam, which is honestly fine by me, because, yeah, this gives me the freest of Rock Slides, really. I don't exactly know what Pokemon you can want to go out into, but if there's something that I do know, it's that, yeah, Chansey's gonna come in, which is obviously unfortunate, but that's fine. As right now, I would assume that he would try to set up his Stealth Rocks, in which case I can just go out in my Clef and set up my Stealth Rocks as well and pretty much pressure him towards something. Alright, he goes for Toxic. That's not gonna matter at all. So yeah, I'm pretty much just gonna set up my own Stealth Rocks here. Try to force him to defog or something along those lines. I don't know. But yeah. Basically, the way this sequence of turns are going to turn out are so that I'm going to go out in my Rotom Heat. He can either go for a Nasty Plot and go for a hard-hitting move on me. He can be my guess, but through me going for a Volt Switch with, and just so you know, I happen to be Modest Nature, I do personally believe that I'm going to be able to put him in range for Porygon Z's, like, what's that move called? The Tri-Attack. But obviously he doesn't do that. He goes straight out into his Alakazam, which is honestly fine by me. I am very much going to go back out into my Clef, because I actually, you know, take this thing most of the time. Yeah, that's not gonna do nearly enough to take me out, which is something I can take good advantage of. But here I'm gonna go for a Solid Bile. He's gonna go for a Nasty Plot, which is definitely worrisome. But through me clicking Thunder Wave and paralyzing you right now, I am basically ensuring that you are not gonna be able to be that much of a threat to me anymore. In fact, I'm just gonna go for a Moonblast here and essentially put you in range of a Wicked Blow. So, yeah. He outspeeds me, which I find rather perplexing. Huh. Actually, I didn't see that coming at all. How surprising. Alright, so sorry about that, bro. But yeah, that's just that's just the way things are. In fact, you know what? Go for a Psychic. Yeah, he's not gonna go for a Psychic. As now, what I'm gonna be able to do is pretty much take down his Alakazam right now. He could obviously go out into his Komodo, but obviously I have no intentions of sacking off my Clefable just yet. But yeah, he's gonna go out into his Komodo. He's actually a really good sport, so I appreciate that about him. But yeah, here I think what I'm gonna do is take the offensive route. Is what I would want to say. Alright, so I guess he knows about me. Alright, so I'm pretty much just gonna go out into my PZ, I guess. You know what? Go for Body Press. Go for Body Press. Yeah, he's not gonna go for Body Press. As right now, my Porygon Z is in, and I'm gonna trick his Chansey. I'm gonna go ahead and click and trick his Chansey right now. I understand that it is predictable, but it is a predictable play that I want to engage myself in. Okay? Because the switch into his Chansey is really obvious. And yeah, he's gonna go out into his Chansey, and I'm gonna be able to trick my Specs to him, which is pretty amazing, because now this thing is obviously gonna be like the weakest Pokemon for me to handle. As right now, I'm pretty much just gonna go out in my Clefable, and just click. Okay, he makes a good play by clicking Teleport. Which is definitely gonna work out for him, because right now he gets a free switch in his Rotom Heat, but unfortunately for him, I also happen to get a free switch into my own Rotom Heat. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna go out in here, go out in that. He's gonna opt to click Nasty Plot, which is fine. A bit worrisome, because I definitely think I would rather keep this thing around for his own Corviknight. Yeah, for his own Corviknight, but Alright. I think Clef has definitely done its job for this match. Yeah, I think Clef has done its job for this match, so I'm gonna opt to sack this thing off here and now, as he's gonna opt to go for an overheat, which is perfectly fine. As right now, I'm definitely gonna be able to go out into my Porygon Z, and I'm gonna be able to get some nice chip damage off on him, courtesy of a Tri-Attack. And if he wants to stay in, that's also fine by me, but through him staying in right now, he's definitely going to put himself in a position where I will most certainly be able to take advantage of his Rotom Heat and take him out with a Wicked Blow from my Urshifu, because I know for a fact that I don't kill this thing at 100%. Like, yeah, that's just not happening, but yeah. Here, I'm pretty much just going to click up to spam Tri-Attack, because I think he's definitely going to teleport out. Yep, he's going to opt to do just that. He's going to go out into his Mimikyu as well, which actually puts in the heart of me. Hold up. But I think I'd rather Drain Punch. Alright. That's a pretty interesting tech, not gonna lie. But through Porygon Z being able to tank this hit, basically what I'm doing for myself is pretty much ensure that my Urshifu, the next time my Urshifu comes in, he is going to like do a lot of damage. Alright? And I'm not even saying that as a hyperbole. If that even is a proper term to be applied here. But I'm going to pretty much let my Porygon Z go down. Goodbye, Porygon Z. You shall not be missed. Actually, no, you will be missed. As right now, I'm gonna definitely opt to go out into my Shifu. And I think you'd rather keep this thing around. But still, I would rather chip down your Komo enough, and this thing is still a threat, a massive threat through and through. So, here's how things are gonna go down, okay? I'm gonna double out in my Slowbro. I really think you're gonna switch out. If not, then fuck. Okay, cool. He goes out into his Alakazam, which definitely makes sense. Yeah, I suppose I could have gone for a Wicked Blow then and there, but yeah, I really didn't want to take more chip damage. But now here, it's obviously a case of me suffering more from it in the process. So, yeah. I'm gonna teleport out. He opts to click Recover, which I can understand why. Because, yeah, like, this is going to ensure that his Focus Sash is going to stay intact. As right now, I'm just going to pretty much opt to kill off his Chansey right now. And I'm going to do that courtesy of who exactly? 96, 94. I should be able to outspeed you. Alright. So, I think my opponent is very likely to win this game here, which is obviously unfortunate, but yeah, he's definitely playing his cards right, which I got all the respect for him in the world for. But yeah, I would assume that he's going to opt to go out into his Mimikyu right now. Yep, that's definitely his only play. I definitely don't want this thing to go down just yet, but I'd rather, you know, he suffer for he opts to click Play Rough. All right, that's obviously unfortunate. But yeah, it's kind of unfortunate for me too, and I say that because I definitely want his Mimikyu to get chipped down enough to ensure that he can't, you know, like come in on my face freely anymore, which is obviously rather really annoying. But yeah, I'm just gonna teleport out here. He unfortunately gets paralyzed again, which really sucks. So I'm sorry for that, bro. But here, I'm pretty much just gonna opt to click Overheat here and knock out his Alakazam. I knew for a fact that I'd take that thing out then and there, because yeah, it would have been really a massive surprise if it actually survived that. But I think him making this play right now is definitely a misplay, because yeah, you can try to overheat like SD here, but with the chip damage that I was able to get on you right now, I think you're definitely gonna die to the next Life Orb head. So I'm actually just gonna opt to go out in my Slowbro here, and I understand that this may be a questionable play, but it is a play that I'm willing to invest in, because right now, like yeah, if he opts to go for a Play Rough, first of all, Rocky Helmet is gonna be able to knock you out, and even if he went for a Drain Punch, it wouldn't have gotten him back much HP because let's face it, Corvin, Mimikyu is a very weak Pokemon even with the Life Orb at his disposal. So yeah, here I'm pretty much just gonna have to click Teleport. He's gonna defog here very late into this game, which I don't particularly understand why. Because yeah, this once again gives me a very free switch in into my Rotom Heat, and I'm gonna be able to pretty much just click. I'm pretty much free to claim a soul here. But I'm gonna make the smart play by going for a Volt Switch and activate my plan of going out in my Goodra here and like putting in the massive hurt on him. Yeah. He's already seen that I've revealed the rock slide, which is obviously somewhat unfortunate. But no, he's gonna have to click Thunder Wave here, but that's not gonna work out for him because right now with this chip damage that I was able to get on him, he is definitely not gonna survive from my Rotom Heat anymore. In fact, a Wicked Blow from my Urshifu is now guaranteed to knock him out 100% of the time. So here, I'm pretty much just gonna have to click Draco. I very much have no reason not to begin with, as he's going to have to go out into Scorponite, which is perfectly fine. As right now, I'd assume that he would want to recover Roost here, or click U-turn if he has it. Okay, he's gonna go for a U-turn. That makes sense. But unfortunately for my opponent here, I am going to Volt Switch on him too. So if he tries to go for a Nasty Plot here, that's honestly fine by me. In fact, if I were him, I'd likely want to Volt Switch too. And the thing is, he's guaranteed to outspeed me, assuming he is the regular Heavy Duty Boots Rotom Heat set, which is definitely something I can take advantage of big time, as he's gonna have to go for a Nasty Plot. Obviously, that's going to backfire on him big time because now this gives me the freest of switch-ins into my Urshifu. And I'm going to click Drain Punch and knock something out here and now. So yeah, if he goes out in his Komodo, he's going to take a decent chunk of chip damage, and I think I'm very much going to win the late game with my Rotom Heat. So yeah, all things considered, I think we played this match really well, as he's gonna bring out his Komodo. Unfortunately, I'm not yet in the range where I'm gonna be able to knock him out, but that's honestly fine by me. Let's see how much Wicked Blow did. Alright, it did 24%. And by the way, if you guys are curious as to how you do this, you just click Control F and then you type it in. But yeah, here my play here is to pretty much just go out in my Slowbro. Again, no reason not to. I'm gonna click Psyshock, I would assume. Yeah, because why not? He's gonna have to set up his Stealth Rods, but obviously that's... Jesus fuck, how fat is this bitch? Alright, sorry about that. But I'm really surprised how it was able to take that hit, all things considered. But yeah, unfortunately, this is not gonna work out enough for him, because right now this gives me the freest of switch-ins into my Rotom Heat. And right now, if I were a betting man, you get absolutely smoked by this Modest Overheat. Yeah, it's gonna absolutely demolish your Corviknight, and Hard Body Rotom Heat is gonna come through. Thanks, man. He's a good guy. And I don't know why I say that with a southern accent. But yeah, unfortunately he's gonna miss, as right now my last Pokemon is going to be my Urshifu. And I just say hi to YouTube. YouTube, the way. I'm gonna go for a Wicked Blow, and that pretty much is going to be GG. So yeah, GG to my opponent, and we're gonna go look for one final game, and we're gonna be right back. Alright, so for our final opponent, he is very much using a good chunk of threats, and by that I mean his Cloyster, which is definitely going to be a pain in the ass, his Alolan Marowak, which is also going to be a pain in the ass. He has so many pain in the asses, it's really frustrating. But I think in this matchup, my Rotom Heat is going to put in a good chunk of work, and if I'm able to trick his Clefable, that's definitely going to work out well in my favor. But yeah, lead-wise, I'm definitely going to lead off with my Goodra, because I think it matches up well against the vast majority of his squad, all things considered. But at the same time, you know what? Porygon Z looks free as well, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna lead off with my Porygon Z, as he's gonna lead off with his Cloyster. There is no way in hell you outspeed me, so I'm just gonna pretty much click Thunderbolt here. He's gonna have to go out into Umbreon, which was a predictable play through and through. But the reason as to why I didn't capitalize on that is because it in my eyes is too soon to do so. But here, I would assume that he's gonna either click Baton Pass or go for Throw Up a Wish. I think Rotom Heat is the freest Pokemon to take advantage of here, because yeah, Rotom Heat actually puts in a good chunk of work here. Holy shit. Yeah, Rotom Heat is definitely going to be decent. He gets a critical hit on me, which obviously doesn't mean shit, all things considered. But yeah, I'm going to go for a Nasty Plot here and now, as he's going to have to throw up a Wish. But unfortunately for you, you are very much going to be on the receiving end of a modest Overheat, which is admittedly not going to do enough damage. But that's fine. I kind of wish I had Pain Split here as opposed to Defog, but it's whatever. As right now, I'm pretty much just gonna click Nasty Plot again. Yeah, I'm out for blood, bro. I'm pretty much out for blood here. So what I'm gonna opt to do here is just pretty much click Overheat. Yeah, that's going to absolutely fry that Umbreon in the next week. All right, sweet. And in fact, I don't think he even outspeeds me with any of his Pokemon, which just goes to show how big of a threat Rotom Heat is. So all things considered, like what really Clefable. Hello? Yeah, that's gonna do a decent chunk of damage, I suppose. So he reveals to be unaware, which is honestly fine by me. As right now, what I'm gonna opt to do is pretty much just go for a Volt Switch. And with his Umbreon dying, what I'm basically ensuring for myself is the prospect of being able to goes out into his Marowak. Okay, so his Lightning Rod. Wait, so he had Lightning Rod Marowak the whole time, but he didn't go out into it? What you doing, bro? What you doing? Alright, so the unfortunate thing about the current situation here is the fact that Marowak is essentially guaranteed to get a kill here. That is, assuming he goes for Flare Blitz. You know what? Let's make the aggressive play. I'm gonna go out in my Porygon Z, as he's gonna opt to click Stealth Rock. And right now, I want to take away your bone. Because I definitely don't want to, just die. Alright, so it goes out in his Toxapex, so this turn is going to work out perfectly for me right now. As while I will take the, Black Sludge for myself, I've essentially crippled one of his main checks to my Urshifu. But obviously that means nothing, nothing so as long as Clefable continues to breed, so yeah. Here I'm just gonna pretty much go for a Thunderbolt. That's actually gonna do a very good chunk of damage to him, which I can definitely take great solace in. But the unfortunate thing here is that he has a free switch in his Alolan Marowak, and I don't necessarily like that. And it also happens to be the shell thing. I mean, Lightning Rod, yes. So all things considered, he should definitely go out into his Alolan Marowak, I feel. So I'm gonna go out in my Goodra. I'm gonna go out in my Goodra here because okay, no, he goes out in his Clef. All right. He goes out in his Clef, which makes sense, I suppose. But all right. I'm already able to get so much damage off on this thing. Holy shit. Not bad at all. So if I were him, I'd assume that he is going to pretty much click Protect right now. So I think the most important priority for my most important priority here should be getting up my Stealth Rocks right now, and basically setting the stones towards the Urshifu sweep, which I definitely can accomplish. But for that, I just need to make sure I take his Clefable down no matter what. I don't know if you guys heard that. Is it a bird or is it a neighbor in my house? I don't really know. But yeah, Thunder Wave is definitely my play here. And if I were him, I guess I could go out into my... Why am I not starting the timer on this guy? Hello? Yeah, if I were him, I'd probably go out in my Alolan Marowak. But if he does go out into just that, first of all, he's still gonna take Stealth Rock damage. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna go out in my own Rotom Heat. Because assuming he opts to go out into his... okay, no, he goes out in his Toxapex. Alright, that works out for me. That works out for me big time because right now, I have nothing stopping myself from clicking Volt Switch. As he's just gonna opt to stay in. Okay. He's gonna opt to stay in, which I find rather perplexing, but in either case, I'm gonna go out in my Porygon Z right now. He's gonna go for Scald. That's obviously gonna bring me near my deathbed. But what I basically want to do for my final turn is click Ice Beam and chip down his Alolan Marowak enough. His Clefable is definitely going to be a problem and a half, but at the same time, I think I will be fine because okay, never mind. He just lets his Toxapex die. What the fuck, bro? Alright. So, I think Goodra is definitely the best middle ground here, I would assume. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. I don't necessarily want to get my ass handed to me courtesy of his Cloyster. So Goodra is definitely not the play for me right now. In fact, I think Rotomede is the play, yeah. I'm gonna go out in my Rotomede as he's gonna have to go out in his Cloyster like I expected him to. And now I'm pretty much just gonna click Volt Switch right now. He's gonna go out into Alolan Marowak. That's honestly fine. Because right now with this one Stealth Rock damage that he just took by himself, he's basically ensuring that the next time his Cloyster comes in, he's gonna die to a Drain Punch. Like, that much is in itself an undisputed fact. So right now, yeah, I'm just gonna click Overheat. I'm gonna click Overheat and basically ensure that you are now guaranteed to not have much switch-ins anymore. Like, that much is in itself a given. So right now I'm gonna go out in my Goodra. I know for a fact that I outspeed you, even with the speed drops. So yeah, I'm just gonna go for a Rock Slide here. I understand that I probably shouldn't be revealing that right now. Yeah, I probably shouldn't be. He opts to go out into his Clefable, which I'm really surprised by. I'm genuinely surprised by the fact that he's opting to go out into his Clefable right now, because he is, like, he's making things harder for himself, you know? Obviously, you wouldn't know. You know, you're not going through the pain that I am. Alright, so I think, yeah, I'd much rather paralyze you, first of all. And I'd very much like to ensure that your Marowak doesn't come in on my face. So if I can get the knockout with the Moonblast, that would be nice, as I'm going to be able to do just that. And now he is in for a very, very bad time. He's basically in for a guaranteed bad time, because right now, yeah, like, I think Clefable can win this game from here. And the fact that I was able to paralyze this Clef is definitely going to help me in accomplishing my goals right now. So there's that. I very much should be able to survive. Okay, so he finally opts to go out in his Volcarona. Goodra is definitely my only play here. Definitely. As he's going to try to go for a game. So if I can... This man is trying to guarantee bank on the miss. Alright. So that is 59%. Hello? Alright, so if he's that fat, that means he isn't modest. And if he isn't modest, then he is... yeah, I don't think you're gonna win anymore, bro. Because now my goal here is to pretty much ensure that your Clefable is not going to be able to sweep me. I mean, wait, no. I'm going to pretty much put you in a position where you are going to face constant opportunity costs in regards to what you want to do. As he's going to opt to go for a Moonblast, which is fine. But obviously, that is also annoying in the sense that he was just able to get the Spidef drop, like, right now. But the problem that he's facing in this current situation would have to be the fact that, first of all, yeah, your Clef is gonna pretty much die right now. Your Cloyster is gonna come in. And I am... The fact that your Volcarona is... Okay, no. Don't throw this. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna be able to even outspeed the Cloyster too while I'm at it. But, yeah, it seems that Goodra is just gonna take the game home, boys. Assuming I'm able to hit, that is. Alright, so he's gonna try to go for that game. You know, like, spamming roosts, but I think, I should be able to still win regardless. But this is obviously scary. Yeah, this is definitely scary here. But, like, look at me doing this much damage to you, bro. And in fact, I'm guaranteed to be able to snag one crit at one certain point. And in fact, I think you die right now. Alright, sweet. So Goodra is definitely going to be able to come through and hit all those Rock Slides. And just like that, we are going to be able to win all 3 of our matches for this Pokemon Showdown Live. Yeah, I'm definitely going to leave up Pokepaste of this team in the description down below. So feel free to use it if you guys want to. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you enjoyed it anyway, feel free to drop a like. And with that being said, my name is TheUzigunner. Thank you very much for watching. Have yourselves a glorious day. And I'll see you all on the flip side. Bish!